Hello, everybody. This is Bill coming to you from the dip station in my backyard. So, anyway, it, I want to make a shout out to a retirement person named Buzz called Buzz's Retirement Garage. You should check him out. Every month he puts out a video showing his expenses for the month, and his goal is to live on Social Security only. So I thought, okay, I'll compare. I want to compare my expenses to his, and I asked him if that was okay if I did this and published it. And he said, "Go ahead." He said, "Data is mine to use." So I'm going to give you the breakdown of what I spend and what he spends. And to put this into perspective, we do have two different, perhaps, goals in mind. His goal is that when he retired, he wanted to see if he could live off Social Security only. And I guess if he could, he might just get a job local to where he is. So you have to realize he's very incentivized probably to avoid doing the latter. So he's going to probably, well, he is definitely doing a better job of keeping the expenses down. Also, he lives in Cleveland, Ohio. I live in the LA area of California, so cost of living can be quite different in those two places. And yes, so then of course with me, since I'm still working at least part-time at this point, 4 days a week instead of five, I'm incentivized to minimize chores. And you'll see this kind of get reflected in the spending somewhat. And yeah, actually this was pretty educational, so we'll go through this. Okay, here we go. Um, okay, I've taken 6 months or 7 months of Buzz's tabulations, and I've got 7 months of mine, and for the most part, these are the average. This is the average is averages over the 7 months, with a few exceptions. So bear in mind that Buzz and wife are two people. So in the case of housing and medical, their expense basically going to be double mine. The others is hard to tell. It it may go up a bit for two people, but in a lot of cases it might not be that much. So we'll go through the categories here. House taxes. I pay $853.94 a month, and this is my estimate for what it will be for the entire year divided by 12. So I got a pretty good idea what that will be. Buzz and his wife are paying $421.71. Now, actually, my tax bill, even though it's double his, is actually a pretty good deal for me because my house assessment, according to Zillow, is $2.19 million. So this is actually less than 0.5% of the assessed value. And that's where Proposition 13 helps you. So anyway, I got a house mortgage that's $2,607.80. Mine's at 2.5%. Buzz has got his house paid off, so kudos to him. Investing, I probably shouldn't have put this in here, but I did take $20,000 out early this year, put in Robinhood, so that comes out $2,857 a month. But obviously, that could be easily nixed if I need to cut back. The food budget. This is an interesting one. Okay, for me, I pretty much my food budget is what I spend at the grocery store. And so for me, that would include paper and soap products because I buy them there. And I also, if I do eat out, which is very rare, maybe like once a month, that's included in there too. Now, Buzz and his wife actually have separate categories for food, restaurants, paper, and soap products, but I lumped this all together and added up, and his is $1,229.86. Yeah, he goes out to restaurants way more than I do, and so probably should divide that by two on a per capita basis, because this is one bill that will double with two people. So his, compared to mine, would be like about 610. So he's spending a little more on food than I am. Okay, church. He didn't have an item for that. I give about $100 a week at my church, so I'm at $440 for that. Okay, the medical is probably a bit misleading too, because I am working and my employer does contribute to my medical expenses. So mine are pretty low actually because of this. He has to pay all his medical out of his retirement income. So, and of course, there's two people involved, so that's all going to be doubled for him versus me. His wife's on Medicare. He is on an ACA because he's 64 right now. So yeah, so I'm actually ahead on that. Cars. Okay, I own two cars. Well, and this is for the maintenance and registration and oil changes, repairs, things like that. And right now, looks like based on what I estimate we paying for all those things, it's $370.09 a month, and he had no item for that unless it's under miscellaneous. I don't know, so I put a 0 for him. I have two old cars. I have a 2009 Lexus LS460 that my father gave me, and my other vehicle is a 1985 Toyota truck. So, older vehicles need more maintenance repairs. Even though they're Toyotas, they still do need things replaced from time to time. Okay, Buzz is killing me on the house insurance. I'm paying $410.67 a month, and that's going to be based on a year of expense. I know all my bills for that will be for this year. His is $55. Guess there are some benefits to living in Cleveland. House repairs. Mine are really low so far this year. Normally it's usually 10 times this amount, so I've not had to spend too much on the house. And he's got, again, he doesn't have a separate line item for that, so I'll just put a 0 there. I do have a credit card that I'm paying off. It's 0% interest, and that's $207 a month for me, but that's going to drop to $100 now because that's all I need to pay, and I'm paying the minimum because it's interest-free. So he's beating me on that. Water is $82.44 for me. His is $25.43. So apparently water is a lot cheaper in Ohio than it is in California. And then house gas, we're practically identical at $96.71.5. That's interesting. Now, the electric is interesting. Okay, and as it turns out, these costs here are basically like comparing an apple to oranges with a fruit salad thrown in. He's paying $73.43 a month. I'm paying $248.56 a month. And okay, and here's the issue. He's actually paying for the electricity he's using. I'm basically buying solar panels. That's that's the simplest way to do it. And I have way too many. And will be an interesting YouTube post on its own to talk about this whole experience. But if I take the amount of electricity I'm actually consuming according to Edison and multiply it by the rate they're charging me, which is 38 cents per kilowatt hour, to compare it, to make this an apples to apples comparison, I really should be only spending about $83.59, and that includes the $11 service charge per month. So yeah, there's a discussion about these solar panels. Yeah, that I'll talk about later, but I won't bore you with the rest of the video. Oh, by the way, if I had the right number of solar panels on my house to match the consumption, that $83 bill would actually drop to about $60. So you can save money with solar panels, but you have to plan it better than I have. This is why I'm not good at anything. I didn't plan this well, but anyway, so he pays life insurance for his wife, so she will basically be able to get his Social Security income basically through an annuity payment through the life insurance in case he passes away. Auto insurance, he's killing me there, $174.57 for me and $50 for him. Okay, this one here, cable, Wi-Fi, internet. I only have Wi-Fi, which gives me the internet, so I'm paying basically $141. He's paying $242, but he gets TV shows and things like that, which I don't subscribe to. Cell phones, we're both with T-Mobile, and I'm paying $105. He's paying $64, but I just changed my plan to the over 55 plan, so I should be getting his rate from this point on. Basically it'd be $60 plus whatever taxes are in California, so I'm sure it'd be higher than $64, but it'll be close. It's just the same plan now. Pets. Okay, here I lump in veterinarian, food, etc. I'm paying $45.19. Buzz is more into wildlife. He's got cats and he likes to feed birds and things like that. So his bill is a bit higher, 156. Okay, gas for cars. This is an interesting one. I'm paying $162.95. I guess I go places. And he's paying $27.14. So apparently he probably fills his car up like once a month, or maybe less frequent than that. I'm obviously filling up much more often. It costs about $50 to fill my truck and about $100 to fill my Lexus. But I probably, but I drive the truck a lot more, so I'm probably filling the truck up maybe twice a month, and maybe the Lexus once every 2 months or something like that. Okay, haircut. That's where I save money. None for me, $11.43 for him. His long hair has its benefits. Shopping. Okay, this here is, I have a shopping category where I would basically put, like buying clothes and discretionary things. He has like a separate item called home products, clothes, entertainment. So for me, my shopping's this year's running $50.52. His is going $3.21. And then of course here are the 4 items where he doesn't spend any money at all, I don't believe, but I do. Supplements, $141.70. I'm too focused on trying to be strong and look jacked, I guess, to a degree I can. So I guess I've been suckered in by the supplement business. But that's actually down $50 a month from last year, so I'm getting better. Gardening, I pay a garden to the front of my house, so that's $137. I do my own back. The gym, I pay $84.14 a month for my rock climbing gym membership. And Thelma, who cleans my house, that's $200 a month. Again, that's another chore I don't have to do, so I like it. Trash collection is $40.46 for me. He did not itemize that, so I put a 0 for him. I guess I've been pulling out $40 a month for cash. Usually what happens is I pull out probably $200 in 1 month and none the others, but it was averaging out to $40 a month. Parking, this is like going to the beach or different events. That's $20.89 for me. Again, nothing for him, or that goes under miscellaneous, I don't know. Charity, I got 17 for me, and again, nothing. He doesn't have a separate item for this. The last item is what I call other, and I group that to be equal to his miscellaneous. Probably the same things don't go in here. I mean, for my other, for example, tax preparation goes in here. I also bought some airline tickets to see my niece over Thanksgiving. That goes in here. I've got, I pay some money to Patreon. I've got subscriptions for like, phone storage and a 2-factor app. Actually all of that stuff comes to $20 a month, these subscription type services. And anyway, he's got $213.43, and I don't know if some of the car stuff goes in there. Wasn't separately itemized, but anyway, so we're pretty similar here. But here's the thing: his monthly burn is about $3,804.71, which is about his Social Security, his wife's Social Security income. Mine is $10,367.41. Ouch. So yeah, so anyway, my burn rate is pretty high, but obviously I don't need to be investing money when I go into full retirement. So that knocks my expense down to $7,500. And this is why I want to get my apartment building paid off, because when I get that paid off, that should give me an income of about $5,000 a month. So that will actually cover most of that. And then Social Security should cover the rest. Well, it will. With extra left over, of course, that will have to go for taxes, I'm sure. But yeah. So that's kind of how I plan, and then that way I won't really have to touch my retirement type savings too much, but I will have to pull those out. I plan to use that just to pay off my house mortgage. Yeah, so I'm going to be saving $150 a month pretty much automatically on the cell phone and credit card. So, but anyway, kudos to Buzz. He's killing it. He and his wife are killing it. I think it's amazing how they're pulling this off. And yeah, I hope to be joining you guys on the retirement train soon. So have a nice day. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Bye bye.